welcome back to WeSibs, West Coast, East Coast. Anyway, you guys, so I am covering the third day, HBO Max's new limited series. Right off the bat, we're going to get into the three biggest takeaways, and then I'll give you a bit of my opinion on the show. Biggest takeaway number one, a girl named Epona. I initially thought her name was Pona, like a pono. Epono. I hope that doesn't offend people whose names are Epona. I've just never heard the name. And with the accent, it sounds like they're saying Epono. Anyway, Epona tries to commit suicide. She tries to hang herself in the middle of the woods with a little boy who has curly hair and I think glasses. Biggest takeaway number two, Jude Law's character, Sam, saves her and takes her back to her home. And I believe the island is called the OC, I think. Biggest takeaway number three, Sam gets stuck on the OC because apparently the one bridge leading onto the island is closed down. It closes at like 5 o'clock, I think. Those really are the three biggest takeaways. There's nothing, fancy about it. It's a pretty simple story. Now, there are a couple of interesting underlying things that I'll get into, and we'll call those the sub-takeaways. Sub-takeaway letter A. The little boy who is with Epona doesn't seem to be real. Sam sees him a handful of times and even at one point chases him around the island, but the other people don't know of him, have never heard of him. Now, the other people could be lying, or Sam could be delusional. Sub-takeaway letter B. At the beginning of this episode, Sam is on the phone with his wife, who also is his business partner. He runs a flower shop, I believe. His wife is freaking out because someone has stolen $40,000 in cash from their stores, but they only stole the money. They didn't steal anything else. So Sam thinks that their partner stole the money from them. But at the end of this episode, we realize the $40,000 is in the back of Sam's car. So did Sam steal the money from himself? Sub-takeaway letter C. Sam is in the woods to have some sort of memorial service for a child. I think the child is his son because there's a trope that keeps going in the episode. Someone asks him, do you have kids? And he says, yes, I have 3 kids, 2 daughters and 1 son. Someone died. One of his 3 children died. Now into kind of what I think of the show. First of all, the show is super trippy, super strange, difficult to follow, borderline annoying. But if you stick with it, it seems to be interesting. I think it was kind of creative what they did with the cinematography and the editing. I mean, it's hyper saturated, which is weird. Everywhere that Sam is in color, but right on the edges of the screen is in black and white. I don't know what they're trying to say there, but I think they're trying to say that he's delusional, or that everything that's happening has either already happened, or Sam is dead, or something like that. Something strange is going on with Sam, and that's shown throughout the camera work for episode 1. All in all, I think it's an interesting show. I think we'll keep watching. It's definitely intriguing enough to get me to watch episode number 2. It was a slow burn. Oh my goodness. As soon as Jude Law started talking, I was like, I missed his buttery, magical voice. Just talking about anything. I'm like, yes, Jude. Anyway, also Florence and the Machine at the beginning of the episode was so great. It pulled me in and distracted me so much that I didn't realize that he was crying about the shirt in the river. I was thinking about, I should learn how to play this song on my ukulele because I love Florence and the Machine. That's aside from the point. I think episode 1 was good enough. Was it one of those pilots that's gonna hook you in and make you watch? Not necessarily, but I'm committed to it. I'll be covering third day every Monday night on the West Coast, so East Coasters, stay up. Also, don't forget to check out our sister channel, the La Cuente Ledger, because they are covering The Boys Season 2. So that's all I have for this episode, you guys. Don't forget to like this video if you like this video, comment, subscribe, click the bell so you can be notified of all the other shows that we're going to be covering now that it is fall and new shows are arriving. Let us know if there are any shows you want us to cover this fall. A lot of good stuff is coming out. The Walking Dead is just announced a few days ago that they're doing their last season, so obviously we will be covering that. But any other show you guys think is interesting, let us know in the comments below. We will be happy to cover it. So yeah, that's it. Bye.